I'm Christina Williams, Vice Chair of Suncoast Global Council of Pinellas Realty Organization. And today we have another episode of Cooking With Us, and we're featuring Chef's Creole Cafe. It's Louisiana-inspired restaurant here in St. Petersburg, Florida, on the historic 22nd Street. Mr. Bihi will be telling us today about this little gem and Louisiana-inspired dish called
Crawfish Étouffée. Hi, I'm Elihu Brayboy, also known as Mr. B, one of the co-owners of the Chef's Creole Cafe, along with Carolyn Brayboy. And 8 years ago, we acquired a historic building and started this food because my mother, who was born and raised in South Louisiana, was a passionate cook. So I've been around this type of food all of my life. And so we introduced it to the Tampa Bay area, not knowing whether or not it was going to be acceptable. But we've had a phenomenal response. And so here we are 8 years later, and today we're going to be featuring the Crawfish Étouffée. Crawfish Étouffée history is a part of the Cajun and Creole cooking historically of the Louisiana area. The Cajuns have one way of preparing it, and the Creoles have a different way of preparing it. So I'm from the Creole destination, and so what you will see today is a Creole version of Crawfish Étouffée.
Hello, my name is Kenneth. We're going to be making an étouffée, the Creole style.
Is it going to be spicy?
No,
Okay.
not going to be spicy, unless you want it. You can make it as hot as you want it to be. But we're just going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that just to make it for normal people. For sake of time, I had celery, green peppers, red peppers. I've already cut them and minced them, so we're already ready to go. The first thing we're going to do is straight to the pot. I usually put this on first, let it start getting hot. Once we go from there, we just go from my minced garlic, Badia. Badia is the cook's A1 number one. Worcestershire and a little bit of tomato paste just to give it some color. Come out of there. And then we're gonna go with a Cajun seasoning. It's just Cajun and Creole. It just sounds different, but they're the same. It's just a different version. I think it's the north and the south of North Louisiana.
And that's the best part, right?
That's the best part. This what makes it spicy.
This is perfect.
Cajun, a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of black pepper.
Let's see what's cooking there.
As he's stirring it, just to get everything to bind. Now here comes clam juice. That's just to get it wet. And to give it that seafood taste.
A lot of flavor.
Yes, you gotta have that flavor, girl. Gotta have that flavor. Again, for sake of time, I pre-open them. And I'm gonna use two hands, because I think I can do that. Yeah. It's a rate of thing. Now once we get everything all situated in the pot, we're going to get it to a boil.
And this is on medium heat, right? Everything is on medium heat?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Good question. We start off with low, and I don't want to cook too fast, because maybe you can't. Some things you can put on the stove, you can walk off. Étouffée, you can't do that. You got to kind of baby it.
Perfect. You got to put some love into it, right?
Oh man. And we just let it simmer for a little while.
So how popular is this dish? Do you guys sell a lot?
This is the one of our main behind the gumbo. Gumbo first. Can't go wrong with gumbo. But étouffée, because you can mix it. You can go with either a crawfish étouffée, or you can go with a shrimp étouffée. You can kind of put together, because basically all this is just rice and gravy. What it kind of boils down to, I think the Louisianans, they did it as a smothering for the rice. And then you can just kind of add, like a gumbo, you can put fish, you can put the crawfish, you can put the shrimp. It's your call, or whatever you have on hand. Now, the thing about a camera can't pick up smell. Now, this is the roux. All the roux is gonna do, I like that. All the roux does is just bind it. Make it so it don't be so wet. It just gets it look like a gumbo. When you put the roux in the gumbo, it's like a difference between a jambalaya and a gumbo. Jambalaya is wet, gumbo is kind of tight like a gravy. And all that is, you just throw the flour, a little water. Number two, I try to stop the splatter on me. It's a personal thing, because I like to keep my jacket kind of I'm one of them. I'm one of them kind of cooks. I'm the cook that you don't want to be dirty, and then you're gonna try to figure out how he did it without getting dirty. But then again, you got the cooks that want all the stains on them, so they want you to be able to say, "Oh man, he worked so hard." You see that commercial on TV where the girl takes the flour, throws it in her face because she's like, nah. For the sake of time, I'm gonna go ahead and plate up one. This is kind of what I do. Crawfish.
So how do you make that? Do you just boil it?
No. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of my secret. Let me know when you're ready. All this is just with the crawfish. I kind of decorate that first, and then I put the hot. Make that just a hot because I don't want it room temperature, but I don't want it hot because I wanted the rice, the crawfish, everything to be the kind of the same temperature. Because I'm sure you have food where something's cold and you can feel the difference and it hit your mouth. So I try to keep everything the same temperature. So I usually put the crawfish in the microwave for a couple of seconds to let it catch the pot. You know, because we got to keep this as fresh as we can. This is just the finished product. This is what that's gonna look like. Again, for sake of time, crawfish étouffée. Before. And after. This is where I do my thing at right here. This is where the love, this is part of the love. Give it a little color.
What is that you're using?
This is just parsley.
Oh, dry parsley? Okay.
Yeah, because just for something just to give it a little color.
Put more guys on there, right?
Yeah, girl, how you know? See, it look like this. Like it was a plan. Don't you get on my jacket. How can you have crawfish étouffée without actual crawfish? Give them some color because they all red and hot. Pow! Crawfish étouffée from beginning to end.
Looks amazing. I can smell the spices. I can smell all the seasoning.
Very good.
You know, I can.
That's right. That's right.
And the presentation looks amazing. It looks colorful.
Yes,
so.
yes. You could do it. You can still get 2 meals out of this.
2 meals,
When I say that, if you want a snack or if you want to do lunch and save something for later, because remember, we still working people and we try to make a meal stretch. And this was one of the reasons why they went to Louisiana where they did the gumbo. They took all the leftovers for the week, put it in the pot so you could stretch a meal out for the week. So étouffée was one of those meals that you would just add something to it. Again, you can go with the shrimp, you can go with the crawfish, you can go with fish, you can go with anything that your favorite meat. You just put it in there, and just the étouffée is just, like I said, it's just more of a gravy or a smothering. That's étouffée.
All right.
Are you gonna taste?
Yes, I'm gonna definitely taste it. That's the best part of my
That's
job.
the best part.
Okay, so this is ready étouffée. I'm excited, it's still steaming hot, but I can already smell all the spices and look at all this delicious gravy over rice with extra crawfish meat. So I'm excited, let's dig in. Super tasty, lots of flavor, kind of just balances everything in. Let's try some of the meat. This is heaven, guys. Please come try this dish. You can taste Louisiana in here, definitely. All Louisiana flavors in one dish. Bon appetit!
That is amazing that you matched me up.
Right, look at that. Best friends already.